my friends, Dr. Edith here. Welcome to this new episode of Luminous Elixirs. As you know, this entire video series is here to support advanced and evolved souls just like you in consciously creating your life after having an authentic awakening experience. And today's video may just be our single most potent, powerful, and impactful video yet. In fact, if you truly take to heart what we're about to share here today, your life could be rapidly expanding into a whole new octave of beauty and possibilities starting today. So, are you ready? Today's video is about your prosperity. Specifically, I'd like to share with you 3 major challenges and opportunities that our community faces when it comes to this topic of prosperity. I think you and I can both see that the time right now is so potent with change and therefore opportunities. We have a beautiful opportunity right now to liberate ourselves from the old limitation programming and give ourselves an exquisitely beautiful experience of this life. We have the opportunity right now to embody true prosperity for ourselves, for our family, and for our communities. And in fact, many of us, this time of transition, transformation, transmutation is a huge reason why we incarnated here in the first place. We specifically chose to come here to help bring greater levels of love and wisdom and integrity and congruence to the systems of this world. In essence, advanced souls like you and I and the types of people that watch these videos, we're here to pioneer new ways of being human. So this topic of prosperity is a hugely impactful one for ourselves personally, but also for our families and our communities and for the future of mankind. This conversation we're having today can literally jump us into a new timeline and set the foundations for a far more beautiful new Earth civilization. So yeah, it's a big conversation and it can be hugely potent and impactful. So, are you ready? Let's begin. First, I hope it's okay that I'm going to cut right to the chase with a little bit of tough love, because there are many of us who are struggling unnecessarily and holding ourselves back from fully expressing our gifts in this life. In our community, we have the most beautiful, pure-hearted visionaries and way-showers and creators and solutionaries. You and I both know that you personally have brilliant ideas, gifts, talents, abilities to share with the world that the world so badly needs right now. And yet, at the same time, many of us are also awake and aware of the darkness, the corruption, and frankly, the various anti-life agendas that are at play on this planet right now. And because of this, it's understandable that some of us have mistakenly associated wealth and money, and by extension, prosperity and abundance, with the darkness and corruption and shallow materialism of the world. But this association is actually a false programming that's there to keep us small and disempowered. Many people in the so-called spiritual community, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, have adopted some kind of a poverty mentality, like a program of scarcity and fear and lack around money and prosperity. Many spiritual people have even made a poverty vow because we want to distance ourselves from the darkness and corruption of this world. And we think that by staying poor, we stay humble and out of our ego. So we falsely associated prosperity and wealth with darkness and corruption. And we've also falsely associated poverty with humility and spiritual purity, when in fact, this is all false. This false association has only served to keep us limited, disempowered, and playing small, and has kept many of us from sharing our gifts and solutions with the world in the most beautiful and profoundly impactful ways that we were meant to serve. There are also some people in the spiritual community that when we see someone who has a great deal of wealth, or someone who is quite successful and profitable in their business, we somehow falsely associate that with being materialistic or non-spiritual, when in fact there's nothing further from the truth. I can speak from direct personal experience and the experience of coaching many 6, 7, 8-figure entrepreneurs that building a successful business often involves a profoundly spiritual practice and deep soul searching. So there's that. Meanwhile, there's also those of us that do have successful businesses, that do have a significant amount of wealth, but maybe we feel guilty or fearful or chronically stressed about our wealth. Even when we have plenty, we still might operate with the energy of fear or lack or scarcity. Or we obsess about money at the expense of our well-being and our relationship. Have you had some of these experiences? So I think we can be honest with ourselves that none of these feel like true prosperity. The truth is, there's nothing spiritual about living in chronic states of fear, stress, guilt, lack, and scarcity. These are all limitation programs that keep us living in a weakened state. The fact is, if we're truly in touch with our spiritual nature, if we're truly in touch with who and what we really are as powerful, immortal, eternal creator beings, we would naturally express our love and our wisdom in this life with a great deal of generosity, prosperity, and abundance. Right now, we can all see that it's an intense time on this planet, and energies are shifting in rapid and profound ways. This is a time now for the new generation of luminous humans to rise up as leaders and pioneers. A new generation of creators, of way showers, of leaders and solutionaries. For us to be the example of true prosperity. To be the example of wealth and abundance from a soul-aligned place of love, of wisdom, integrity, and pure-hearted goodness. So, for us to step fully into this, we have some inner work to do. We do need to clean out and dissolve those old limitation programs that kept us playing small for far too long. When I read and sense into the energies right now, I see that many of us in our community are right at the verge of cracking the code on our prosperity. We're right on the verge of breaking those limitation programs and breaking those old spells and literally like unkinking the hose to allow and permit the floods of holistic abundance and prosperity to flow through our lives to truly support our projects and our creations. So it's time for us to purge those old limitation programs of small-mindedness and return to our natural and authentic state of prosperity and abundance. And let's get really specific about it. There are 3 unique challenges and opportunities that I see our community facing at this time. The first one is that right now we're sort of in a liminal space. We've fully outgrown the old definition of success and prosperity that was based on the pure 3D physical materialist paradigm. However, the new definition of prosperity is still new and is still only gradually emerging. For the types of advanced and evolved souls who like to watch my videos or attend our workshops, it's actually our job as pioneers in this life to break in the new codes of prosperity. In fact, we have specifically incarnated here to awaken fully and be the example of the new luminous human. So the question is, right now, as we're in this transitional liminal space, where do we find the other advanced and evolved souls who are also exploring this topic from a holistic, multidimensional perspective? We need to find each other and support each other right now. We need community, we need mentorship and support. So that's really our number one challenge and opportunity. As we get together in powerful groups with other advanced souls, we get to tap into a huge mastermind effect that can catapult all of us to our next level in a very rapid, joyful, and easeful way. Because there's a synergistic and exponential effect that happens in a mastermind group that cannot be replicated when we go it alone. So we need each other. We need community, we need mentorship and support. So our number one challenge and opportunity is community, mentorship, and creating this exponential mastermind effect that can catapult all of us to our next level together. That's number one. Number two, Our second challenge is to get practical. It's to clarify our next moves and take bold, courageous, and practical actions. You see, in the old paradigm, the ideas of prosperity and wealth was so focused almost exclusively on making money, and often it was at the expense of our well-being and our relationships. It was based on artificial scarcity and competition and survival, lack, greed, suffering, stress, sacrifice. This led us to exhaustion, burnout, and collapse. It was totally unsustainable. We were conditioned in the old paradigm to believe that we had to struggle and sacrifice to earn a living. We were conditioned into basically a factory worker slave mindset. And even though it was super unpleasant and unsustainable, it was still familiar territory. Now, as we outgrow the old reality and wake up to layers upon layers of lies and old false programming, everything starts to change. And with our expansive consciousness, now a whole new set of options and possibilities start to emerge in our careers, in our finances, in our relationships, and in our life paths. And these are new opportunities that we may have been completely blind to before. Even though these are all good changes, change can be inherently scary. So it can take tremendous courage to make these bold new choices, even when we know that it is true and authentic for ourselves, but it's also new and uncharted territories. This is where the rubber meets the road, isn't it? This is the truly advanced spiritual practice right here. It's all fine and dandy for us to have our awakening experience and our blissful cosmic consciousness, but it's actually a far more advanced spiritual practice to bring our awakened state of being into the practical dimensions of life, in the choices and actions that we take in our careers, in our finances, and in our life path. So this challenge number 2, which is also our great opportunity, is to be able to see and perceive the new options and possibilities, to clarify our next bold moves, and to take courageous and practical actions that are authentic and aligned with our true selves. This is a truly advanced practice. So please know that I'm cheering you, I'm rooting for you, and I'm so proud of your courage. So that's number 2. Number 3, our third challenge and opportunity is the shedding and letting go of old concepts and dogma, especially the spiritual concepts and dogma, and instead to simply be our true, authentic self. You see, after an authentic awakening experience, many of us are finding that the old concepts of, quote, spirituality and personal growth feels inauthentic and no longer resonates. For example, all the dogma, the jargon, the new agey concepts about manifestation, or the so-called spiritual gurus who taught different things, but they turned out to be false or corrupt, and all of that just feels like a giant turnoff now, because it feels inauthentic. Once we've had our own direct experience of an awakening, we tend to have heightened intuition and discernment. Once we met our true, authentic self, we have a reference point for what truth looks like and feels like. So now, in every area of our life, we desire more authenticity, truth, liberation, and freedom. We want a tangible, no-nonsense, no BS approach to awakened living. We want all aspects of our lives, including our prosperity, to come from an authentic place. We want it to be free from dogma, free from old conditioning, and free from BS. This authentic and awakened experience of prosperity is what we call luminous prosperity. If this conversation has been resonating for you, if you feel ready to tap into your true, natural, authentic, no BS experience of prosperity, then I'd like to invite you to join us for our new Luminous Prosperity Immersion program, which is about to kick off this upcoming week. We start with a 90-minute advanced masterclass where we get to dive deep and redefine what true prosperity and abundance means for each of us. We get to learn the 9 prosperity truths, 9 authentic truths that will anchor us into this experience of luminous prosperity as our natural permanent default state of being. During the 18-day journey, every 2 days we get to explore and meditate on a new prosperity truth. And at the end of the 18 days, we gather again live as a mastermind group for deep discussion, Q&A, and live coaching. And all throughout this journey, you'll receive support directly from me and from all the other advanced souls who are participating in this program through our Telegram discussion group. I should also share that this body of work is the distillation of my last 20 years of working with 6, 7, 8-figure entrepreneurs and inspired by deep discussions that we've been having in our advanced group coaching programs, where this topic has been coming up very strongly this year. Most of all, this body of work is inspired by a profound and life-changing plant medicine experience where I received a giant fire hose of codes, giant zip files that came in that were far beyond what my human mind could actually comprehend at that time. These were such giant fire hoses of zip files that came in for hours upon hours upon hours that it was literally debilitating at the time. Well, gradually, these zip files have been getting gently unzipped during my deep meditative states, so that now I'm finally able to articulate the new prosperity codes in a way that is tangible, practical, and useful. So it's a gift from my heart to yours, and I hope you'll choose to take full advantage of it. So join us and come and experience what true prosperity is for you. Let's upgrade our ability to give and receive in a generous win-win-win way, and let's liberate ourselves from the outdated conditionings and generational patterns. And let's free up that old stuck energy and channel it into your beautiful projects and creations, and have the direct experience of prosperity and abundance from your true, authentic self. Most importantly, together, let's master the energetics of your life. Because life is an energy game. When you master your energy, you master your prosperity, and you master your life. I'll say that again. Life is an energy game. When you master your energy, you master your prosperity, and you master your life. So join us for this very special Luminous Prosperity experience and give yourself this gift. And if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and click to get notified so that you'll be the first to know when a new video is released. All right, my friends, I hope that this video has served you. If you're ready to break free from the old spells of fear, lack, struggle, and scarcity, if you're ready to experience your true prosperity and abundance, then please join us for our Luminous Prosperity experience. It's my honor, it's my joy, and it's my passion to share this journey together with you. So give yourself this gift because you are so worth it, and because you deserve an exquisitely beautiful experience of this life. So click the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.